Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to talk about something that looks very small, but can completely change the direction of your life. It is a simple rule that many of the most disciplined and successful people in the world follow. The rule is this: do not tell everyone your plans. Most people do the exact opposite. The moment they get a new idea, a new dream, a new goal, they immediately start talking about it. They tell their friends, they tell their family, they tell their coworkers, they post it online, they announce it everywhere. They say things like, I am going to transform my life. I am going to build a business. I will become successful. I will change everything. But what they do not realize is something very powerful. Every time you talk about your plans too early, you weaken them. Because the world is full of noise. The world is full of opinions. The world is full of distractions. And the moment you expose your dream to everyone, something dangerous begins to happen. Your focus becomes weaker. Your energy becomes scattered. Your confidence begins to shake. Your dream slowly loses its power. But the people who truly change their lives understand a different rule. They do not talk too much. They work. They improve quietly. They build their future step by step in silence. And one day, their success becomes so loud that no explanation is needed. Today, I want to share some powerful truths that can protect your dreams, protect your focus, and protect your future. If you truly understand these lessons, you will start moving differently. You will think differently. You will work differently. And slowly, quietly, powerfully, you will begin building a life that most people only talk about. So listen very carefully, because sometimes the strongest people in the room are not the loudest ones. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones working silently while everyone else is talking. As you listen to this video in simple English, you will also improve your English naturally. So if you want to grow your English and your mindset together, don't forget to subscribe. Lesson 1. The excitement of talking. Let us begin with one of the biggest traps that destroys dreams. The trap of talking too early. When a person gets a new idea or a new goal, they feel excited. Very excited. Maybe you decide one day, I will change my life. I will wake up early every morning. I will become successful. I will learn English. I will build something great. In that moment, your mind becomes full of energy. Your imagination becomes powerful. You start seeing a new future. And because you feel so excited inside, you want to share that excitement with someone. So you start telling people. You say, I am going to do something big. This year will change everything. I have a plan. And when people listen to you, something interesting happens. They react. They say things like, that's amazing. That's great. I believe in you. You can do it. And for a moment, it feels good. It feels powerful. It feels like something real has already started. But here is the problem. Your brain cannot always tell the difference between talking about success and achieving success. When you talk about your plans, your brain releases a small reward. You feel proud. You feel satisfied. You feel like you already moved forward. But in reality, nothing has happened yet. You have not worked. You have not struggled. You have not sacrificed. You only talked. But the brain thinks progress has already begun. And because of that false feeling of progress, your hunger slowly disappears. Your urgency becomes weaker. Your discipline becomes weaker. And this is exactly why so many people start big, but finish nothing. They talk about their dreams too much. They celebrate the idea instead of building the reality. But the people who truly achieve great things understand something very important. They protect their excitement. They do not waste their energy talking. They save that energy for action. Instead of announcing their plans, they quietly begin working. They wake up early without telling anyone. They study without showing off. They practice without asking for attention. They improve step by step while the world is busy talking. And slowly something powerful begins to happen. While everyone else is speaking about success, they are actually building it. And one day the results appear. Not because they talked about it, but because they worked for it in silence. Talking about your goals gives you temporary satisfaction, but working on your goals gives you permanent results. So learn to control the excitement, protect it, channel it into action, and let your work speak louder than your words. Lesson 2. Jealousy. When you start chasing big goals, something strange happens. Not everyone around you will feel happy about it. Some people will support you, but others will feel uncomfortable. Why? Because your ambition reminds them of something they are avoiding. It reminds them of the dreams they never chased, the risks they never took, the discipline they never built. And instead of improving themselves, some people try to pull you back to their level. Sometimes they do it directly. They say things like, "That's too hard. Maybe you should be more realistic." People like us don't achieve things like that. You're dreaming too big. Other times it happens in subtle ways. They laugh at your ideas. They question your abilities. They remind you of your past failures. Little by little, they try to weaken your belief. And belief is everything, because every great achievement begins with a strong belief. The moment belief becomes weak, effort becomes weak, focus becomes weak, courage becomes weak, and many people give up before they even start. Not because their dream was impossible, but because they allowed too many negative voices into their mind. This is why silence becomes a powerful shield. When people do not know your plans, they cannot attack your dream. They cannot plant doubt in your mind. They cannot weaken your confidence. Your vision stays protected. Your focus stays clear. Your energy stays strong. And quietly, step by step, you continue moving forward. Then one day, something amazing happens. The same people who doubted you, the same people who questioned your ideas, the same people who laughed at your ambition, suddenly they see your results. And now they ask you, "How did you do this?" But they forget something important. Your success did not appear overnight. It was built quietly. It was built patiently. It was built in silence while everyone else was busy talking. This is why wise people follow a powerful rule. Protect your dream until it becomes strong enough to stand on its own. Because not every seed should be exposed to the storm. Sometimes the seed must grow underground first. And when it finally breaks through the surface, it becomes something impossible to ignore. Lesson 3. Too many opinions. When your goal is still new, it is very delicate. It is like a small flame. That flame can grow into something powerful. It can become a fire. It can change your life. But in the beginning, it is still small. And small flames need protection. The problem is that when you tell too many people about your plan, you do not receive only support. You also receive opinions, many opinions, different opinions, confusing opinions, heavy opinions. And when too many voices enter your mind, something dangerous happens. You stop hearing your own voice. At first, your dream may feel very clear. Maybe you know exactly what you want. Maybe you say to yourself, I want to change my life. I want to build discipline. I want to improve my English. I want to start something new. Inside, it feels simple. It feels right. It feels real. But then you tell one person. They say, that is not practical. You tell another person. They say, why don't you do something else? You tell another. They say, that path is too slow. Another says, you should do it this way. Another says, no, this way is better. And suddenly your mind becomes crowded. Now you are no longer walking with confidence. Now you are carrying other people's fear, other people's doubt, other people's confusion, and other people's limitations. This is how many dreams die. Not because the dream was wrong, but because the dream became buried under too many outside voices. You must understand something powerful. Not everyone sees life the way you see it. Not everyone has your hunger. Not everyone has your pain. Not everyone has your purpose. Not everyone can understand what your heart is trying to build. Some people will only advise you based on their own fear. Some people will speak from their own failure. Some people will judge your future using their past. And if you listen too much, you will begin to doubt something that was once clear inside you. This is why strong people learn to become very selective. They do not ask everyone for advice. They do not open their mind to every random opinion. They do not allow every voice to enter their inner world, because they know that a distracted mind cannot build a powerful life. Think about how many people stay stuck for years because of this one problem. They wanted to start. They had the energy. They had the desire. They had the dream. But they listened to too many people. One person made them afraid. Another made them confused. Another made them feel small. And slowly, they stopped moving. Not because they were weak, but because they gave too much power to voices that were never meant to control their life. This is why silence is not just about privacy. Silence is also about mental protection. Silence protects clarity. Silence protects courage. Silence protects direction. When you keep your plan private, you give yourself space to think deeply. You give yourself space to fail, learn, adjust, and continue. You give yourself space to build something before the world tries to shape it for you. And that space is precious. Very precious. Because a person who can think clearly without noise is already ahead of most people. Most people are not living from deep conviction. They are living from pressure. They are living from noise. They are living from the opinions of others. They are constantly changing direction because someone said something. They are constantly doubting themselves because someone laughed. They are constantly delaying action because someone disapproved. But you cannot live like that if you want an extraordinary life. You cannot build a powerful future while asking the whole world for permission. You must learn to trust the quiet voice inside you. You must learn to protect your direction. You must learn that not every opinion deserves a seat in your mind. Yes, wise advice can help you. Yes, learning from the right people matters. But there is a big difference between wise guidance and constant noise. Wise guidance makes you sharper. Noise makes you weaker. Wise guidance gives direction. Noise creates confusion. Wise guidance helps you move. Noise keeps you stuck. So do not confuse everybody's opinion with wisdom. Just because many people are speaking does not mean they are right. And just because you are silent does not mean you are lost. Sometimes silence means you are finally listening to what truly matters. Your own conviction, your own vision, your own path. There will be seasons in your life when you must become quieter than usual. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you are protecting something important. You are protecting a decision. You are protecting a future. You are protecting the version of yourself that is trying to be born. And that version of you does not need a crowd. It needs focus. It needs discipline. It needs inner strength. So remember this: too many opinions can turn a strong dream into a weak idea. Protect your mind. Protect your clarity. Protect your direction. Listen less to the noise outside and listen more to the truth inside. Because when your mind becomes clear, your steps become powerful. And when your steps become powerful, your life begins to change. Lesson 4. Your vision is your vision. They expect everyone to understand a vision that was given only to them. Read that truth again inside your heart. Not everyone will understand your vision, and they do not have to. Because your vision is your vision. Your dream was placed in your heart, not in theirs. Your calling was given to you, not to the crowd. Your inner hunger, your deep desire, your private goals, your future self. These things belong to your journey. So why do so many people suffer? Because they keep looking for complete understanding from people who were never meant to see what they see. This is one of the deepest mistakes a person can make. They get a dream. Then they run to people around them and hope everyone will understand it, approve it, support it, and celebrate it. But when that does not happen, they become hurt. They become confused. They begin to question themselves. They say, "Maybe I am wrong. Maybe this dream is foolish. Maybe I should stop." But the real problem is not always the dream. Sometimes the real problem is that they expected the wrong people to understand it. You must understand a very powerful truth about life. People can only see from the level of their own experience, their own mindset, and their own courage. If someone has never thought beyond survival, they may not understand your hunger for growth. If someone has spent their whole life living small, they may not understand why you want more. If someone is comfortable in limitation, they may not understand your desire to transform. And that is okay. It does not mean your vision is wrong. It simply means your vision was not given to them. Imagine a seed under the ground. From above, people see nothing. They look at the soil and think nothing is happening. They may even laugh. They may say, "There is nothing there." But underground, everything is happening. The seed is breaking. The roots are forming. Life is beginning. The process is real, even when nobody else can see it. Your vision is like that. Sometimes the most important growth in your life is invisible in the beginning. Other people may not see it. They may not understand your quiet season. They may not understand why you disappeared. They may not understand why you stopped explaining yourself. But that does not mean nothing is happening. It may mean something powerful is growing inside you. And this is why you must stop demanding full understanding from the world. You do not need everyone to clap for your dream. You do not need everyone to agree. You do not need everyone to understand your path. You only need enough courage to keep going. This is where real strength begins. Real strength begins when you can continue even without applause. Real strength begins when you can keep building even when no one around you fully understands what you are doing. Real strength begins when you stop asking the world, Do you believe in me? And start telling yourself, I believe in what I am building. That is power. That is maturity. That is inner leadership. Because at some point in life, you must become loyal to the life you were meant to build. Not the life that makes everybody else comfortable. Not the life that looks safe to others. Not the life that earns fast approval. But the life that feels true in your soul. Many people betray themselves because they fear being misunderstood. They hide their ambition. They hide their discipline. They hide their desire to become more. They shrink themselves so others can feel comfortable. They lower their standards so nobody feels threatened. They delay their growth because they are waiting for perfect support. But that is a painful way to live. Because when you keep betraying your vision, you slowly lose respect for yourself. You begin to feel empty. You begin to feel disconnected. You begin to feel like you are living, but not truly alive. Why? Because deep inside, you know you are ignoring something real. You know you were made for more. You know you are carrying something important inside you. And no amount of outside approval can replace the peace that comes from honoring your true path. That is why this lesson matters so much. Your vision is your vision. Protect it. Respect it. Honor it. Even when it is small. Even when it is new. Even when it is fragile. Even when nobody around you fully understands. There will be moments when your dream feels lonely. There will be moments when your path feels strange. There will be moments when you will wonder if you should explain yourself again and again just to be accepted. Do not do that. Do not waste your life trying to make everyone understand something that was meant for your spirit. Instead, go to work. Let time explain what words cannot. Let discipline explain what talking cannot. Let results explain what people once doubted. Because one day, what looks strange now may become inspiring later. One day, what people dismissed may become the very thing they admire. One day, what nobody understood may become the proof that you were right to stay loyal to your path. But that day comes only if you keep going, only if you protect the vision, only if you stop handing your dream over to people who cannot carry it. So stand firm. Stay quiet when needed. Keep building. Keep trusting. Keep walking. Because your future does not need universal approval. It needs your faith. It needs your commitment. It needs your daily action. And when you truly understand this, you become dangerous in the best way. Because now you no longer depend on outside validation to move forward. Now you are led by something deeper. Now you are led by purpose. And a person with purpose, discipline, and silence is very hard to stop. So never forget this truth. Your vision is your vision. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will support it. Not everyone will see what you see. But that changes nothing. If the vision is real, protect it. If the calling is real, follow it. If the dream is real, build it. Quietly, faithfully, powerfully. And let the world understand later. Lesson 5. Conceal your intentions. This lesson is about staying quiet because you are wise. Because you understand that not everything inside you needs to be shown before it's time. That is what it means to conceal your intentions. It means you stop feeling the need to explain every move. You stop announcing every goal. You stop proving yourself before you have even started. You stop giving the world access to things that are still growing inside you. This is a very powerful discipline. Because one of the biggest weaknesses many people have is this. They always want to be seen. They always want people to know. They always want to announce what they are doing, what they are building, what they are planning, what they are becoming. But when you are always revealing everything, you lose something important. You lose mystery. You lose protection. You lose inner power. A person who reveals everything too early becomes easy to influence, easy to distract, easy to discourage, easy to read, easy to stop. But a person who knows how to move quietly becomes different. They become harder to shake, harder to understand, harder to block, because their energy is not being wasted on explanation. It is being invested in execution. Think about a builder. A wise builder does not stand in an empty field every day and keep telling people what the house will look like. No, the wise builder keeps working, brick by brick, layer by layer, quietly. And one day people look and say, "When did this happen?" That is power. There is something very strong about a person who does not need to talk constantly about what they are going to do, because that kind of silence shows maturity. It shows self-control. It shows inner confidence. It says, "I am not here to impress you with words. I am here to build something real." And that energy is rare, very rare. Many people speak from emotion. They speak from excitement. They speak from ego. They want the attention before the achievement. They want the applause before the work. They want people to admire the plan before there is any proof. But life does not reward intention alone. Life rewards execution. Life rewards consistency. Life rewards the people who keep going when nobody is watching. This is why concealment is powerful. When you conceal your intentions, your energy stays with you. It does not leak out through constant talking. It stays inside your discipline. It stays inside your routine. It stays inside your progress. And slowly, that private energy becomes visible through your results. You also protect yourself from unnecessary pressure. Because when you tell everybody your plan, you create a performance. Now people are watching. Now people are asking questions. Now people expect updates. Now your journey becomes public before it has become stable. And for many people, that pressure becomes heavy. They begin to act for appearances instead of real growth. They begin to do things just so they do not look weak. They begin to force progress instead of respecting process. But when you conceal your intentions, you stay free. Free to grow slowly. Free to fail privately. Free to learn without shame. Free to adjust without judgment. Free to become strong before the world sees anything. That freedom is beautiful, because real growth is often messy in the beginning. Real growth is not always impressive at first. Sometimes it is awkward. Sometimes it is slow. Sometimes it is lonely. Sometimes it looks like nothing from the outside. But that does not mean it is not working. It means you are in the building phase. And the building phase needs privacy. A seed does not need an audience. A seed needs soil. A seed needs darkness. A seed needs time. And then one day it rises. In the same way, your future needs protection while it is still forming. You do not need to reveal everything. You do not need to explain every decision. You do not need to update everyone about your next move. Some things become stronger in silence. Some things become more powerful when they are hidden for a while. Some dreams grow better when they are protected from too much exposure. So learn this deeply. Not every plan needs an announcement. Not every goal needs a speech. Not every intention needs to be shared. Sometimes the strongest move is to say less, show less, and build more. And when the time is right, let reality reveal what words never could. Because hidden discipline creates visible transformation. And a person who knows how to conceal their intentions often shocks the world later. Not because they were doing magic, but because while others were talking, they were becoming. So protect what is still growing. Keep some things between you and your future. Work in private. Grow in private. Strengthen in private. And when the results are ready, they will speak with a power that no explanation can match. Lesson 6. Protect your focus. Now let us talk about one of the most important things in any dream, any goal, and any transformation. Focus. Without focus, even talent becomes weak. Without focus, even ambition becomes scattered. Without focus, even a strong dream can slowly die. That is why you must protect it like something precious. Because it is precious. In today's world, people lose focus very easily. A little noise pulls them away. A little criticism shakes them. A little distraction steals their energy. A little attention from others changes their direction. And this is exactly why telling everyone your plan can be dangerous. Because the moment many people know what you are doing, they start entering your mental space. Some ask questions, some give advice, some judge, some doubt, some compare, some watch. And slowly, without realizing it, your focus is no longer fully yours. Part of your mind is now occupied by people. What they think, what they said, how they reacted, whether they support you, whether they doubt you, whether they are impressed. And this is a trap, because the moment your mind becomes too concerned with other people, your energy moves away from the work. And when energy moves away from the work, progress slows down. A focused person is powerful because they keep their energy pointed in one direction. They do not waste themselves on every voice. They do not stop every day to explain their path. They do not keep turning around to see who is watching. They keep going. That is why focus is not just about concentration. Focus is also about protection. It is about guarding your mind from things that do not deserve your energy. It is about saying, "This matters, and I will not allow random noise to take me away from it." If you really want to change your life, you must understand this. Every big result comes from repeated attention, repeated effort, repeated discipline, repeated choice, day after day after day. And that kind of consistency only comes when your focus is protected. Imagine sunlight. When sunlight is spread everywhere, it warms. But when light is concentrated, it can burn through things. That is what focus does to your life. It concentrates your power. It turns scattered effort into real momentum. It turns ordinary work into meaningful progress. It turns a dream into something solid. But scattered people never feel this power. Why? Because their mind is always being pulled in 10 different directions. They start one thing, then look at another. They feel excited, then distracted. They make a plan, then start talking too much. They begin the journey, then lose themselves in noise. And after months or years, they wonder why nothing changed. The answer is often simple. Their energy was never protected. Their focus was never guarded. This is why silence matters. Silence protects attention. Silence protects momentum. Silence protects mental strength. When fewer people know, fewer people interrupt. When fewer people are involved, fewer opinions enter. When fewer voices surround you, your own direction becomes clearer. And when your direction becomes clearer, your actions become stronger. This is how real progress is built. Not through drama, Not through constant announcements, not through public excitement, but through quiet concentration, through daily repetition, through protecting your mind from what does not matter. You have to become serious about your focus, because your future depends on what you give your attention to every day. If you keep giving your mind to distractions, your life will become distracted. If you keep giving your energy to noise, your life will become noisy. But if you protect your attention and give it to something meaningful, your life will slowly begin to reflect that meaning. This is why disciplined people often look quiet. Not because they are weak, not because they have nothing to say, but because they know their goal is too important to be interrupted by unnecessary things. They know one careless conversation can disturb the mind. One wrong influence can delay progress. One week of distraction can break momentum. So they become selective. They protect their environment. They protect their time. They protect their routine. They protect their inner world. And that protection is not selfish. It is necessary. Because not every distraction looks dangerous in the beginning. Some distractions look harmless. A little talking, a little explaining, a little checking what others think, a little trying to impress people. But all of that slowly steals your sharpness. All of that slowly breaks your rhythm. All of that slowly pulls you away from the deep work that could have changed your life. So ask yourself honestly, what am I protecting more? My focus or people's opinion of me? Because that answer reveals a lot. If you protect your image more than your focus, you will stay busy but not transformed. If you protect your focus more than your image, your life will eventually become undeniable. That is the difference. So, from now on, protect your focus like a warrior protects his weapon. Protect it like a builder protects his tools. Protect it like a seed protects its growth underground. Do not let every person enter your mind. Do not let every opinion enter your path. Do not let every distraction sit in your day. Your future is too important for that. The life you want will require concentration. It will require consistency. It will require deep work when nobody is clapping for you. And that is why focus is sacred. Guard it. Feed it. Respect it. Because when your focus becomes powerful, your life becomes powerful. And when your focus stays protected long enough, even impossible things begin to look possible. Lesson 7. The energy of goals is powerful. Now let us understand something very deep about goals. Every goal carries energy, not physical energy that you can see, but mental and emotional energy that pushes you forward. When you truly want something, your mind becomes sharper, your attention becomes stronger, your actions become more focused. You wake up with purpose, you move with direction. But this energy is very delicate in the beginning. It must be protected. And one of the biggest ways people lose this energy is by talking too much about their goals. When you constantly tell people what you are going to do, your brain begins to release the emotional reward before the work is done. You get the satisfaction of approval. People say things like, "That's amazing. You are going to succeed. That is a great plan." And suddenly your brain feels like progress has already been made, but real progress has not started yet. This is why many people feel excited in the beginning, but lose momentum later. They use their emotional energy on conversation instead of action. A powerful goal needs quiet energy. Energy that goes into discipline. Energy that goes into practice. Energy that goes into improvement, not energy that disappears in endless talking. Lesson 8. Let success speak for itself. One of the most powerful habits you can build in life is this: let your results do the talking. In today's world, many people try to look successful before they actually become successful. They want attention. They want recognition. They want people to believe in them immediately. So they talk, they explain, they convince, they try to prove their future with words. But words are cheap. Anyone can say they will do something. Anyone can describe big plans. Anyone can promise big things. But life does not respect promises. Life respects proof. And proof comes only from results. This is why disciplined people do not rush to explain themselves. They do not rush to impress people. They understand something important. Real success cannot stay hidden forever. If you truly improve, if you truly grow, if you truly build something valuable, people will eventually notice. You do not have to convince them. You do not have to argue. You do not have to prove anything with long speeches. Your results will quietly speak. And when results speak, they speak louder than any explanation. Think about someone who says every day, "I will become successful," and another person who says nothing but keeps working every day. After a few years, who will people respect more? The one who talked, or the one who built something real? The answer is obvious, because true respect comes from evidence, not excitement. This is why you should become comfortable with being underestimated. Become comfortable with people not knowing your plans. Become comfortable with quiet progress. Because while others are busy explaining themselves, you are moving forward. And when the results appear, something beautiful happens. You do not need to defend your dream anymore. You do not need to convince anyone anymore. The work itself becomes the answer. And that is a very powerful position in life. So remember this deeply. Talk less about what you will do. Show more of what you have done. Because success that speaks through results will always be stronger than success that exists only in words. Lesson 10. Silence is your superpower. Many people think silence means weakness. They think silence means insecurity. They think silence means someone has nothing to say. But in reality, silence can be one of the greatest sources of strength, because silence creates focus. Silence creates discipline. Silence creates clarity. When you stop talking about everything you plan to do, something powerful happens inside your mind. Your energy becomes calm. Your attention becomes sharper. Your actions become more intentional. You stop chasing validation. You stop seeking approval. You stop needing applause. Instead, you become focused on something deeper. Progress. Real progress. A silent person is dangerous in the best way, because while others are busy speaking, they are busy improving. While others are explaining their dreams, they are building them. While others are trying to impress the world, they are preparing to surprise it. Silence gives you the space to become stronger. And when strength grows quietly, it often becomes unstoppable. This is why many powerful transformations happen away from the spotlight, away from the noise, away from the attention. They happen in quiet mornings. They happen in private effort. They happen in long periods of discipline where nobody is watching. And one day, after months or years of silent work, something incredible happens. People suddenly notice the results. They see your growth. They see your progress. They see your transformation. And they wonder how it happened. But you know the truth. It happened in silence. It happened through patience. It happened through discipline. So never underestimate the power of quiet progress, because sometimes the loudest success stories are written during the quietest seasons of life. Learn to respect silence. Learn to value it. Learn to use it. Because when silence becomes your strength, your progress becomes unstoppable. So stop talking about your plans, protect them, build them in silence. And one day, let your results make so much noise that no one can ignore you.